another reaction video of Naruto. As always, I'd like to thank all of my subscribers and anyone watching this video. Thank you guys so much for following me on my shinobi journey. Secondly, as a reminder to everyone who has returned or for anybody who's just joining us for the first time, even though I've been an anime fan for a very long time, I have never watched Naruto. However, because it's been out for so long, because of the internet, and because one of my best friends, one of her favorite animes of all time is Naruto, there are just some things that I already know about Naruto. This is mostly just like character names and maybe what they look like, no real major plot points. However, it has come to my attention that maybe I know more than I think that I know. I just don't know what these things are until they come up in the show. So I apologize in advance if that bothers anybody, but we're just going to keep watching Naruto and enjoying it to the fullest. Now, before we get into the recap, there are a couple of people I would like to shout out, if you will, or respond to in person, because I was recently going through my comments and I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna write a couple things down and just respond in person, if you will. Yeah, so here we go. So my first one, Debbie Cohen 27, again, hello. I just wanted to say thank you, even though I did respond to your comment saying thank you, that like I really appreciated that you really liked my videos and that you thought I was very genuine, which made me really happy, because sometimes I think I'm a little weird and a little strange, and sometimes I feel weird doing these videos, but I really appreciated that comment. That just made me feel all warm and fuzzy inside, so thank you. My second shout out is to Nasim. It says MNG. I'm not really sure how to pronounce that, and I don't want to say it wrong, so I'm not going to try. You had a comment on my reaction video 1/46, and you said upload more, like 1 episode per day. And when I saw that, I got really excited, because that makes, and you're not the first person to mention that I should upload more, and I really want to. There are just other circumstances, aka my full-time job and being a student, and even though I love doing this, and I will eventually get to upload more, so that way it's not just slowly episodes coming out and maybe even doing more reactions to other things, we're just not there yet. So we're gonna hopefully get there, and I do appreciate you guys giving me this feedback, because that lets me know that despite my weirdness, you guys are on board, and I appreciate that. So my next shout out is to David Murdoch. You commented about the volume levels, and I feel so bad. I'm so sorry. I came to the realization when you wrote your comment that I have very sensitive hearing, and so when I'm editing the videos, I am like, oh yeah, you can hear it, it's fine. And I just don't realize that other people might not be able to hear it, so I'm gonna push the volume level. Hopefully, I'm gonna keep testing and seeing how far I can push it. So hopefully you guys will be able to hear without blowing your ears out and being able to listen with headphones. So I'm so sorry, but thank you for the comment. I will work on that. My next shout out is to Erop. It's E-R-O-P and then another name that I don't wish to try to pronounce, because I know I'm going to say it wrong, so I apologize. I hope you know who you are, though. You had commented about being open-minded to all the characters and where they're coming from, and I just wanted to say I really appreciate this comment. I like to think that I am open-minded. I get very carried away in anime, though, so I apologize if I came off as being totally against one character or another. Essentially, I fully expect to love all these characters, even if they're not the good guys, but I know that we haven't gotten there yet. So I know, like with Neji, I talk a lot about Neji and how rude he is, but like so many of my friends like him, and so many of my friends like Gaara, so I'm just like, okay, but like there has to be something that happens that makes me like them. Kind of like the Zabuza arc, where I was like, oh, this guy is terrible, Haku is terrible, and then they get into their stories and I'm like, why you gotta make me feel all bad for them? And in the one hand, I'm like, there's no bad guy. But also, I love whenever like authors and people, when they do their stories, they fully delve into the villain characters so that you can see where they're coming from and see what their motivation is. I think that's just really good on the part of the author, and I really, really appreciate that. So I wanted to say that I'm sorry if it comes off that I don't like them, because at the moment I'm like, what is wrong with you? But I fully expect to be on board eventually when we get to their stories. And just adding on to that, how you talked about how that this show tries to teach you those important lessons. And especially you said you were talking about Sasuke and characters coming up. So I'm very curious to know what more there is to know, because, you know, I know there's gonna be more. I just appreciated your comment, so thank you. The last comment I wanted to get to kind of involves the last episode. So in the last episode, as we know, it was the last episode of Rock Lee versus Gaara, and Rock Lee lost. And they told him that he was never going to fight again, that he was never going to be a ninja, and that just like broke my heart, because Rock Lee is my favorite, and I'm just really sad about it. But for this comment, Debbie Cohen 27 again, you had said that this was the only time you ever see Rock Lee use a kunai knife. And as I was going through my comments, I just kept thinking to myself, I was like, so what you're saying is that Rock Lee's gonna be okay, because obviously he's gonna make another appearance if you just mentioned in the whole series is the only time he ever uses a kunai knife. Is that what you're saying? Cause I'm on board with that. So that's all the comment shoutouts I have for right now. Thank you to everyone who leaves me comments. I really do read them, and I really do appreciate all of y'all's feedback and your comments and support. It really brings me joy. So thank you guys. I appreciate it. Hopefully I can do some more shoutouts next time. But for now, let's get into the recap. So, as I mentioned already, the last episode, Gaara versus Rock Lee. Rock Lee lost. They told him he was never going to fight again. And we're about to go into the very last battle, which is the Sound Ninja guy versus Choji. Now obviously, last time I was very upset because, once again, Rock Lee is my favorite. And I was very sad that he lost, but also that they told him that he was never going to be a ninja again. And like I said, I have hope that he's going to be okay and that we will see him again, hopefully as a ninja. But it also, like, makes me curious, because it's very clear to me that this battle, it hit very hard for a lot of the characters in different ways. And I think that, you know, it definitely affected Gaara. He seemed to have some kind of mind-breaking something happening there. It was hard on Naruto. I think even with Neji, the way that he is right now, he hopefully will have walked away with something. Maybe. I don't know. At the very least, I think that Neji realized that Rock Lee is very strong, and stronger than he thought that he was capable of. So, who knows? And it was obviously a very intense battle for everybody. So I'm thinking that a lot of people walked away with some interesting feelings from this battle. So we may or may not get to see the ramifications of that, or we could just have Choji versus a Sound Ninja. Now, going into this next battle, I'm very curious, is it going to be just this one episode? Is it going to be 2 episodes? And, like, how much more are we going to see from, like, Choji and the Sound Ninja? Because we've seen their skills, like, individually, and, you know, during that whole incident in the Forest of Death. But I'm very curious if there is more, because, you know, obviously the Sound Ninja is very experienced and is talking about how Orochimaru, like, basically he realizes that he fooled him and used him for a pawn, so that maybe putting him in a mental, like, state where he's just, like, maybe angry, or just like, I need to pass so that I can somehow, I don't know, talk to Orochimaru about something. Like, I don't know, like, just talk to Orochimaru about being used as a pawn. I don't know. As far as Choji goes, like what more? Is there more to his power than we originally saw in the Forest of Death is like what more, especially because he's a new Ganin, so like what more do they have, like how's this battle gonna go? Because experience wise you would think the Sound Ninja, but considering Choji is one of our like main characters, it seems, maybe Choji, maybe he has more than he's letting on. Who knows? I mean, he's also being fueled by the promise of food, so that's a good motivator by any means. Before we get started, I have a quote-unquote special guest joining me for this episode. So, of course, as I mentioned many times, I was so upset by the last episode that my friend, Katie, she made me this super amazing Rock Lee plush. In case you're wondering, it is just a head, but he is still beautiful and he is round. And I love it. So I would like to give a huge shout out to my friend Katie. Thank you so much for making me this most amazing squishy Rock Lee plush to join me while we wait for Rock Lee to get better, because he's going to get better and he's going to be a ninja and it's gonna be great. So he's gonna be like our good luck summoning Rock Lee charm back to the show, because that's what we're gonna believe that. Without further ado, let's get into it. All right.
The 10th round. Begin.
You can do it!
So already.
Finish this match. It's only gonna take about 2 seconds, and then I'm coming after you, Eno!
Oh.
Fine, Fatso. If you want this match to end quickly, I'll just win it quickly.
He does not like being called Fatso.
Ninja Art! Expansion Jutsu! Now the hidden leaf style taijutsu! Like a bird! Human boulder! Chubby's rule!
Yeah, all right, Choji, you can do it. Squash him good for me.
That guy doesn't even need to touch Choji to hit him with a powerful sonic attack. But they only work when Choji's ears are showing. With his head covered, it's like Choji's wearing earplugs. Those sonic attacks are useless against that big...
He's just dodging back and forth easily.
He barely has any control over where he's going. Now to end this.
It's no use, my ears are covered!
You're so wrong.
Ooh. Well, that was interesting. That's
See,
not the
human
end of
body is
Choji, is
70%
it?
Water, and water can transmit sound waves. In other words, when it comes to my attacks, your whole body is basically one big ear.
Is that the end of the match?
Winner is Dosu Kinuta.
That's it? Okay, that lasted much shorter than I expected.
Lord Orochimaru, or rather, Orochimaru. Now do you see? I'm more than a mere puppet.
Oh, he's definitely angry.
And with that match, the 3rd exam preliminaries are now finished.
A shadow in darkness! Danger approaches Sasuke!
Do they finally get to rest?
I wonder what's happened to Naruto.
Aw.
Come on, let's go sneak outside. Iruka-sensei is kind of distracted, so this is our big chance.
Going somewhere, Konohamaru? You're not planning on sneaking out again, are you?
No, of course not.
I have a question for you.
About Sasuke? I'm sorry. I don't know much about that, I'm afraid. But I wouldn't worry too much. From here on, it's up to you, Sasuke. Sakura, I have to leave, so I'm counting on you to get the details about the finals.
Huh? Oh,
Okay, bye. Oh, Sakura, don't feel down.
Including the absent Sasuke. We have 5 ninja from the Leaf Village, 3 from the Sand Village,
And one from the
Sound
sound.
Village. And now I will begin the explanation of the final round.
Oh, it's the final round. Okay. I was wondering how many more rounds this is gonna go. Oh, no.
The preliminaries are done. They're moving on to the final rounds. While all these countries are busy racing to expand their military might, the birds are still singing. I believe that this country of ours has been at peace for far, far too long.
Then let me do it.
Do what? Do what?
How much fun would it be to take out an old man like the Hokage anyway?
So that's how it is.
That was quite a scary look.
And it's your intention to be the trigger for all that hostility by using Sasuke as a bullet. Isn't that correct?
You guess very well. So well that it's a bit creepy, in fact.
It seems that you don't quite trust me, Orochimaru. At least not yet.
Was it necessary to tell you, my right-hand man, about those 3 ninja? My silence is proof of my trust. I trusted in you to act without that knowledge.
So he's his right-hand man?
For that very reason, I'm planning to leave Sasuke in your capable hands. The curse mark that was given to him appears to have been sealed by Kakashi. But in any event, that is not my concern. While there is still some darkness left in his heart, we must act. And that's why I want you to abduct him.
Okay.
But there's still a little something that's troubling me.
Is it Naruto Uzumaki?
Why does he trouble you?
I didn't think he'd be the type of person who'd be in such a hurry to die a meaningless death. According to your information, contact with that nine-tailed one has altered Sasuke's heart and mind. So much so that Naruto now holds a certain influence over our Sasuke.
Oh.
Stay away from him immediately. Because then, it will be so easy to make him mine forever.
I hate it when they do the lip-licking thing, but as evil plans go, that actually makes a lot of sense. As much as I don't like that.
You know if it's your desire to stop me. I'm afraid your only chance is to kill Sasuke now. You can't possibly hope to kill me. Even if you did have the courage, it's worthless. You're no stronger than Kakashi.
I thought he was his right-hand man. Why would he want to kill him? Unless he's somehow a double agent?
I'm just kidding you. Well, you'd better run along now. Don't forget, I'm trusting you, Kabuto.
That's quite a look.
In the final rounds, each of you will put your battle skills on display. You'll demonstrate the power and control that you've achieved in your respective disciplines. Accordingly, the final battles will commence 1 month from now.
1 month?
Even though up to this point all the battles have been real battles, they were conducted on the premise that you were fighting an unknown enemy. But that's no longer the case now that you've battled each other. So in order to make the finals fair and just, we're giving you this month. Each of you must embrace the opportunity to practice hard and learn some new tricks. Because by now, everyone here knows your techniques, so using your old tired tricks is a sure way to lose in the finals.
Huh, that actually makes a lot of sense. You gonna go see your best friend?
I won't have any time to relax. I've got to train harder than ever.
Yeah, go for it. Oh.
We failed to avoid Orochimaru's watchful eye, and it's most unfortunate for both of us. He's so young, but the seeds of evil have already taken root, just waiting to be exploited. He'll be ripe for Orochimaru's special ninjutsu.
What kind of ninjutsu?
Kabuto. Most interesting. Perhaps Kabuto really is going to kill Sasuke after all.
Hello?
Well, Kakashi.
Interesting.
Foiling my attack by striking from my blind spot, huh? But now, are you ready to take me on? Next time you should station at least 10 guards.
I think that's so interesting that Kakashi's like, gotta go. So he probably...
Readied your weapon. Quite impressive.
You overestimate me.
So what do you want with Sasuke? Finding you like this, I ought to haul you in for questioning.
What, just you? I wonder if you could.
Are you looking to take me on? I know who you are. You're the Leaf Medical Corps Chief's son. Your name, what was it? Kabuto Yakushi. What are you, one of Orochimaru's puppets?
Even if you did take me into custody, you'd never be able to prove I have any connection to him.
Just answer my question.
And if I say no?
I'm the one asking the questions. Now give me some answers.
Look, you'll have your answers soon enough, even if I'm not here.
You smart alecky little brat. I'll teach you to mess around with grown-ups.
Come on, give me a break. Don't be so arrogant. The cards are clearly in my favor here.
Oh, that's a low blow. But I guess evil people result to low blows. Wow, that was fast.
I should have known.
He disguised himself otherwise? Interesting.
Just as I suspected, the dead soul jutsu, where a ninja temporarily animates and controls a dead body, even transforming its face. Kabuto even stopped his own heart and eliminated all traces of his scent in order to escape by impersonating a murdered Anbu Black Ops ninja. If it turns out that someone as good as him is working for Orochimaru, I've got to work harder.
Now Kakashi has a mission. It's a lot.
All of you are going to take one slip of paper from the box that Anko is holding.
Just take one.
Interesting.
Very good. Now I'm going to tell you about how the final selection tournament is going to work.
Is that what the numbers are for, drawing lots?
Hibiki, you may reveal which ninja have been paired up.
Yes, sir.
I knew it!
I'll be waiting forever.
Is that all the final rounds are? A tournament?
I have to fight an extra round? I'll probably be expected to avenge Choji's loss.
Man, I'm glad I'm not in the same half of the draw as Gaara.
Sasuke Uchiha.
Perfect.
I've got Neji Hyuga.
Freaking knew it! I knew it. I knew there was no way they were going to set it up that way and then not. I just called it. I called it.
All right, if this is a tournament, does that mean there's only going to be one winner? I mean, only one of us is going to be able to become a Chunin then?
Actually, it's quite the contrary. Through this tournament, these judges will be able to make a thorough evaluation of your abilities. They will then decide whether any or all of you possess the qualities required of a Chunin.
Oh.
Even if someone loses the first round, they could still become a Chunin.
So there's actually a chance that every one of us who competes in the final selection could become Chunin.
Correct, but conversely, there's also a chance that none of you will be chosen.
Interesting.
The advantage in fighting more rounds in the tournament is in getting more chances to display your talent.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
In the second round, will it be Sasuke or that browless freak? He's so strong he took...
You know, I literally just noticed that he doesn't have any eyebrow.
Hey, where's Sasuke's room?
Sorry, no visitors allowed.
What? No visitors? Are you kidding me?
Those are the rules.
Ah, come on, lady.
Naruto, this is a hospital. Keep it down.
Huh? Oh, Kakashi Sensei!
Doesn't keep it down at all.
Stop right there. I already know what you're going to ask, so I've been looking for someone that can oversee your training for the final rounds.
Hold on! Why can't you train me, Sensei?
I have other matters to handle.
Like Kabuto.
Aha! You're going to train Sasuke, aren't you, Kakashi-sensei?
Now, don't complain. Listen, I found you an even better teacher than me.
Well, who is it?
It is I.
It is I?
You closet pervert!
Not this guy. I laugh. I think that's the end of this episode. Okay, so that was kind of a fluff episode. Choji's match did not last long at all, so his sadly unexperienced proved to be his downfall in this episode. But hopefully they'll still, like his sensei was saying, hopefully they'll still treat him to some food because, you know, he'll probably feel really bad about it because he was so pumped and then he didn't get to do much of anything, and that's really sad. Then there was just so much explaining. There wasn't a lot happening. It was just a lot of explanation. But then we get to, oh, this is how it's gonna work, and it's gonna take place from a month from now. So on the bright side, though, that does give them a lot of time to train, like the Hokage was saying. And it's true that now they know their opponents, so this gives them time to work on like new techniques and things that their opponents might not be that aware of. Because I guess, you know, being a ninja, the art of surprise is a very big factor on how well you do. And if there's no surprise, it's really hard to win. Though I'm not sure how that applies to Gaara because he was just so overwhelmingly powerful. So we'll see if he learns any techniques. But, well, two things. One, totally called it. I knew it. There was no way they were going to set it up that way and not have Naruto face Neji. And then based on that conclusion, I was like, well, since Rock Lee lost, then it has to be Sasuke versus Gaara. And I am just like, yes, point for the anime senses. Thank you. I have only my many years of anime knowledge to thank. I'm still like over the moon that I actually guessed that correctly, because I'm like, they're probably not gonna do this. In the back of my mind, I was like, they're probably not gonna have this battle till way later. I'm just gonna have to wait. Also, I'm very curious on my second note that, you know, what Sasuke is gonna do, because obviously he's in the hospital, so he's gonna have a recovery time, but of course it's probably not gonna stop him. So, you know, he didn't get to see these battles, so were these battles like recorded? Can he like watch them so he knows who he's up against? Or does that just be like, yeah, no, sorry, you don't have any kind of tactical advantage over who you're facing? But then also, because of everything that happened between Orochimaru and Kabuto, is something going to happen to Sasuke before they get to the final rounds? Is he going to be killed? Well, he can't be killed because of Boruto, because he gets married to Sakura, right? So he obviously doesn't die. But I do remember that one person that commented that spoiled a lot of things, basically saying that they take Sasuke and they turn him into a monster. So is that going to happen now? Is this going to happen later? Who knows? Anyway, there's lots of questions happening. Then, of course, there's Naruto in the training that's going to be happening, and I love that Kakashi's like, yeah, I don't have time to deal with you, but that's also because he has to deal with Kabuto and, you know, the things happening with Sasuke. But Naruto is going to be the only one that doesn't know, potentially forever. I still want to know if he ever finds out about all this, because if what that person said is true, they turned Sasuke into a monster, then at that point, somebody's going to have to explain to Naruto what's going on, right? Then we also have the fact that his trainer is that one guy, I believe, who works for the Hokage or was the teacher of Konohamaru, something like that, if I remember correctly. That was like episode 2. That was so long ago. But I'm very curious how this is going to work out, but also like because he is a skilled ninja, so things are going to hopefully happen for Naruto. He's gonna learn some more in a more one-on-one basis as opposed to like in a group setting where he can get like more focused attention, you know, be like a tutor. It's like a ninja tutor, but I digress. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys following me on this journey. Once again, thank you to my friend for making me this lovely Rock Lee plush. I really appreciate you. Until next time, bye!